Keep it real, way. Keep it real, damn. Keep it real, BS. So let's get into this video. And for today's video, we're going to be talking about the direction that you're going in life. And if you do not know your direction and where you're going, that can lead to coasting. And think of coasting like waves in the ocean. When you look at waves in the ocean, it's a repetition with it. They go, ooh, psh. And if you were to go into the ocean and just float there, you'd be coasting. You'd let the ocean do whatever it's doing and take you wherever it's going. You're just along with the ride. And that's similar to life as well. When you don't know the direction you're going, when you're not the captain of your own ship, you tend to stray away from whatever direction or whichever path you want to go in unless you know the direction of where you want to go. So if I want to be a doctor, for an example, I need to know the steps in order to become a doctor or whatever type or specific doctor that I want to be. Meaning I need to do research, I need to plan, I need to strategize, and I need to do it constantly. So then whenever I get lost, or so I don't get lost, but sometimes that happens, I can always know how to get back on course. If you do not have a direction, that can be a problem because you can feel, again, lost in life. And feeling lost in life sucks because that's the time when you make the most amount of mistakes because you're lost. You don't know where you're going. You don't know your direction. So you're not moving intentionally. The actions that you're making are not pushing you in a way. And once you start seeing that, it affects you without you knowing or with you knowing. But if it gets to a point that you do not know and you're not conscious, then you will start to not like life. I want to be a doctor, but the things I'm doing aren't pushing me to be a doctor. And when I get reminded of how I want to be a doctor, get reminded of how far I am from being a doctor, now I'm just looking at my life and look at the weeks and months that have gone past while I've been coasting, and I'm like, yo, what have I been doing? Like, what have I been doing? I've messed up, man. Like, I need to change my life. And then you get back on course. You get your direction back. That's why attention is such a high currency. With social media, you're dang near cooked. I'm not going to cap to you. It's the easiest way to grab your attention and take you off course. Now, you don't need to, that doesn't mean, oh, I need to delete all my social medias instantly. No, it just means you have to be aware of them. You have to be conscious of how much you're on it and what you're doing while on it. If you're on YouTube, for example, and you're watching videos with doctors in it that you want to be like, or that are helping you learn more things about how to become a doctor, that's cool, right? If you feed, I would say the feed is a trap. I'm not gonna lie. If you are or have the potential of doom scrolling, you're cooked. You're cooked. Because that is an hour, 2 hours, just 30 minutes gone. And your brain will bring up habits. We're creatures of habit. So whenever you get bored, instead of being like, oh, let me, do something that will help me become a doctor, you're going to be like, oh, no, let me doom scroll. Let me scroll on my phone and cook a little 30 to 2 to 3 hours off the clock of my time that I have in this world, because time, not everyone is guaranteed time. No, that was hard to say. What I meant to say is time is very valuable because it's one of the only things that we cannot get back. So wasting time is something that no one should do, or at least if you do, be conscious of it. Now, since you're responsible for how you use your time, you can only blame yourself for the time that you use. you control what you do or what you see or the actions that you take. No one else does. Meaning you have to take responsibility for your own life. Now, if that means, okay, I'm going to take responsibility and delete all the apps, cool. Does that mean, okay, I'm going to take responsibility and be conscious of what I'm watching, delete it, set a timer, or just be aware of it, so whenever I tend to try and doom scroll, I be like, okay, what am I doing? Right? Have that attitude of, yo, why are you on your phone like this if you want to become a doctor? Like, you're saying one thing but doing another. Let's get back on track, put the phone down, let's get to these books. But that's what you need to do. That's the attitude, that's the habits that you need to install in yourself. And the more you do that, the stronger your foundation gets. And once you get that firm foundation that you can, and foundation just means structuring your life in a way to better your direction. So you're more strict on what you're doing. And when you compare that to maybe you a year ago, you might not have the habits that you're doing now to make sure that you're getting the most out of the books that you're reading, or the videos that you're watching, or the time that you're using to become a doctor, right? Before, you could have been on your phone a lot, or hanging out a lot, or just wasting your time. But a year goes past and you've learned how to utilize that time in order to, become that doctor. Now, this happens with everything. I know I keep saying doctor, but this is with everything you want to be in life. And the hardest part is trying to stay on that path, stay having that good direction, because without that good direction, you'll coast. And if you'll coast, at some point, you'll realize you're coasting. And once you realize you're coasting, you have two options. You could be like, oh, let me get back on track. Or continue to coast and go down that windy road that'll lead you nowhere. Or not lead you nowhere, but lead you away from where you want to go. And, just a little morning talk about direction. So without further ado, stay optimistic. Have a great day. Peace.